Swink graphics.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Swink here today on behalf of the Swink Agency, and today we're going to be switching it up a little bit. We're going to be doing a little something different. Normally, if you guys are familiar with the channel, I always do a lot of speed arts from client work or just project stuff that I'm working on, and I do that because, for one, I just like them. It's a couple of artists out there on YouTube that I watch their stuff, and it's just inspiring stuff if you're creative. And so I try to put my stuff out there as well. I've been doing it for a while now, and my goal this year was to actually hit 100 videos, like to put out 100 videos, and I'm 8 away. So I think right now, currently, we have 151 videos on the channel. So at 159, that'll be my 100 for the year. And I mean, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to continue to keep it going. But so yeah, with the marketing agency, I'm always coming up with different ways to, promote the product and promote what we do. And so today, what we're going to be doing is finalizing a logo. So I don't really show this process a lot, and it's not for any other particular reason. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because I just don't. But today, I wanted to show you guys, kind of my process for, finishing up some things and how I do logos and stuff. So without further ado, let's go and get into it. Magnolia Hill Estates. So this is a logo client that we recently brought on board, and they are a property management company, and they were looking for something that kind of solidified their vision of having the flower, the magnolia flower, and representing like the whole hill thing. So we did like a whole concept form and stuff like that, and ultimately this was like the final version that they approved. So what I tend to do is when I'm finalizing a logo, I like to look it over because I've looked at this logo a million times, and I actually could get rid of this because we're not going to be doing anything with that. We're going to be focusing on these two. So they're actually going to get two different logos. Well, I mean, it's the same logo, but two different variations of the logo. So they're getting a vertical version and a horizontal. And what I tend to do, I break it up for my clients anyway, just so that they have these things. And I'm not necessarily one of them designers want to charge you for every little bitty thing that I do. No, I want to help you out. So with this logo right here, with this vertical version, I really like it. I can see it on the billboards, like when you're pulling into the property. I can definitely see it on like a big billboard. I can see it on the side of a car, like a magnet. And what I tend to do, I just kind of just give it that last look over just to make sure everything is good. And let me see. Make sure all the points are good. I tend to do this while I'm designing so that, I finish strong and I don't have a lot to do on the back end. So it ain't like we'll have a lot to do today, but for video's sake, we're just gonna have some fun with it. And while you guys at it, what I'm saying, go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you like the content. Again, we're a marketing agency, we're growing, and we just want to expand our network, and meet new people and continue to help people start and launch new businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been so much fun since we launched maybe 10 months ago now. And we met a lot of cool people. We're continuing to, further develop, the clients that we had previously and stuff like that. Like they're starting to come back and get new services. We have new packages rolling out. We're going to be putting up the photography services soon. So yeah, I know a lot of people are excited about that. So we just finished up a great headshot session for a client. And what's up, Fred? And so we'll be putting that out soon. And yeah, man, we just rolling. But I'm looking at the logo. I'm trying to figure out right now if I want to mess with this little point right here, because sometimes it really just be the design. not really you, but what I tend to do, I like smoothness, so I tend to smooth things out like that. And keep in mind, whatever you change on this side, you got to change on the other side too. So, you know, I build, break it down, build, break it down, build, break it down. Like I'm never stuck on one thing until I'm just absolutely good with it. And once we get to that point, then we know we got something special. So zooming out, let's see. I'll smooth that up. It's not a straight line, so I can't get rid of the points because otherwise it would go crazy. So I just take those. I don't know what you call those things in Illustrator, but I really like them because when you have like hard points and stuff, you can smooth them out with it. I know it's a term for that, but again, forgive me, guys. I'm self-taught at this. I didn't go to art school, but I could take you to art school for sure. Let's see. Yeah, man, everything's looking good. I literally got the text this morning. Hey, man, we approved. We're ready to go. Send everything over. Everything good. So I'm happy. They happy. And so we're going to wrap it up. Just as an added measure, what I'll do is I'm going to take the ruler. I'm going to mess with the spacing a little bit. Let me get rid of the old grids that I had and put some new ones on there. I'm going to clear those guides. Come back in. Zoom in. Sometimes it's hard, man, because it's hard to eyeball stuff. I like to be super accurate, so, you know, I don't really play the eyeball game a lot. I'm all about, you know, preciseness. And so, in doing so, I just always just take my time and try to pay as close attention to detail as I can. Let's see. See, that's why I say you can't eyeball it. Even that one was a tad bit off. Bring it back. That looks perfect about right there. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I like to know how far my logo extends. So like, let's say I wanted this hill to, let me ungroup it. Let's say I wanted this hill estates part to be the same width. All I would have to do then is just pull it to the grid. And that's not what I'm gonna do, but we're just gonna try it out just to see how it looks. Can't be scared to try stuff, man. Can't be scared to mess up. Make the save button your best friend, though. That's my advice. Because we've all been working on a project and all of a sudden the software crashes or computer cuts off anything. And now you're looking crazy. Because you should have just saved it. Okay, I just want to look at it. I want the Magnolia to stand out more, so we're just going to go back to what it was. Again, this video is not to really change up anything. We're actually finalizing and making sure everything is good to go. The client actually had a good eye too. Like I did something with these A's. I just kind of made them face each other. And I didn't think that they would notice, but they did. And I thought that was pretty cool that they did. People who get logos are very invested into their visions. And that's something I've been knowing for quite a while now, but I love it. Every project is different. Every project is going to present a new challenge that you haven't figured out before. But that's also what makes you a better designer in the long run. So, you know, just appreciate the journey. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate it. So, like, just that right there, like, I just lined them up. So now we're super even. We don't have no problems there. One thing that I like to do too is hierarchy is very important to me. The Magnolia, because it's a little bigger than the Hill Estates. We want to just give it that presence, but not be too overpowering because it is a 3-word logo. It's not just Magnolia. But we want to make the flower make sense. Did my guide move, or did I move everything? Which it don't matter about the guys anymore because I've already did what I wanted to do. So I'm going to take this L just to make sure. Going to place it on top of the N. And basically what we want to do, we just kind of want to get a height check. I know some designers, they live by this height thing right here to where they'll take a letter and they'll match it up with the height just to see, if that's a good height for the character of the logo, which in this case is the flower. So we're going to see. We're going to see if we're going to keep it. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. Just to go back to the other version. And guys, this is how it works sometimes. Sometimes you switch it out, sometimes you don't. Like this is where it was before when I lined it up. Coming back, this is where this one is. So we're going to line them both up just to get a better eye on it. Let's see. Which one y'all like better? I think I'm going to give them a height. Let's go that route. Let me see. There's one more thing I was going to do. A lot of times these fonts, they're very weird about how they act. Like it can all look like every letter is level, but I guarantee you a lot of times that's not the case at all. So as an added measure, what I tend to do is I come back in, I ungroup everything. Should be ungrouped now. Come back in and I just hit that align vertical align bottom. And I've already done it, so it shouldn't move, but just to make sure. And yeah, now we're absolutely good to go. So I'm going to group everything back again. Push this over, get you ready for your artboard. Now, we made different changes between this flower and then the text a little bit, right? So what we want to do is, well, we didn't really make any changes to the text, but we're still going to, consider that. So what I like to do is get the flower, grab this flower, duplicate it, so now we'll take this text, and like I said, I always make sure that all the letters are aligned at the bottom vertically. So I've already done this step, so it shouldn't be no problem, which in this case it's not. I'm going to group again, but now I'm going to take the flower and the text and, center them vertically. So yeah, that looks pretty good as an added measure, just how we did the L a while ago. Just want to see, sometimes you just got to try some things, man. You can't be scared. If you're scared, you shouldn't be designing. I can tell you how many ideas I've had that went into the trash, and how many ideas that went into the trash and I pulled back out the trash, and then it was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how it works, man. I'm definitely still a student of the game, and I love learning new things about, Adobe period, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, InDesign. Like I was working in InDesign last night, working on some business cards and some flyers and stuff. And yeah, every time I learn something new in InDesign, like I'm just like a kid in the candy store. Like I'm just all excited about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just noticed something with this M. It has a point on it, and this happens sometimes when you make the font a little thicker. That's fine. We can move that, but I just want to make sure it isn't on anything else. Make sure that details, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the details. Okay, everything is looking good so far. What you think, guys? Should I go and clean it up? You know what I'm looking at, right? Tell you, man, sometimes these fonts, man, it's how they act. You would think it's a perfect circle and it's not. And it doesn't really take away from it, but me, I like cleanness. Cleanliness. You know what I'm trying to say. So I always make it a point to do that. And so I'll add it back over there in a second. Actually, you know what? Let me do one thing at a time. Okay, I see little anchors to clean up too. See, I haven't worked on this logo in a while, so you know, once they hit me up to finalize it, this was one of them early ones. Like, okay, they wanted to sit on it for a while. I think some things was happening, then Corona happened, and it just took them a while to get it back going. And now it's back going, and I forgot everything that I've done to it. So that happens. But again, that's why you take the measures to, clean everything up again. Like I'll go ahead and get rid of this one. Gonna shift it out to that L just to give us some room. I'm gonna put it right on there too, because I want it perfect. Like right where it touches. Let's see. And to toggle the grids, you know what I'm saying? This command semicolon. I'm a firm believer in shortcuts, man. As far as designing is concerned, not necessarily the design elements doing shortcuts, but how you utilize the tools. You know what I'm saying? It makes it much easier to navigate. I know some people are comfortable moving the cursor to everything and clicking on everything. Me, no. Let me shortcut up on the keyboard. Let me do the shortcuts on the keyboard and keep it moving. So, they actually used to call me Shortcut King, man. For real. Okay. Like that. What is it on the L? Yeah, I guess it is. Just didn't look like it. Alright, guys. So, again, like I said, you build up, you break it down. So we built this one up. Watch what we're finna do. Now that we have our space, call that L. What do you call that? What do you call that, guys? Like when you're putting a letter in between. I just call it measuring, I guess. But so now that's centered vertically. And because we made a change with the magnolia, now we gotta come over here and get this one right, because it's all about consistency, man. At the end of the day, the client will be happy and you'll be happy too. We didn't resize it, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so this is the old one we want to delete, add that one. Let's see. All right. Command Shift C to copy and Command Shift V to paste. So those are important keyboards to remember. Key shortcuts. Y'all know what I mean. So now I'm going to split up the artboards and we're going to go into the different variations of the logo. With the vertical logo as is good to go. We don't have to check it anymore. We know that everything is fine on it. As well as the horizontal version. Everything is good to go. So now we get into the fun part. Let's see. So document setup. So what I tend to do is, let me see, how big do I want this artboard? I want you to be 4x4. And you can make this whatever you want. It's all vector, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I can come back in at any time and make this whatever size I want to. But now, I'm choosing 4x4, just to give it that square variation. Because I like to fit my logos within like a square circumference. Just to make sure everything is lined up good. Gonna group everything. Line it in the center. Since it's 4 inches, what I like to do, let's say 3.5 by 2. Oh, something changed on me, guys. Hold on. Command Z, your best friend. I'm trying to tell you. 3.5, okay. Alright, so this is the first artboard, so we'll call this main vertical. So guess what the next one will be? Main horizontal. I didn't want to give it no space. Give me some room. Alright, so I'm just going to slide it out just a tad. So width, let's say 3.5. Alright, so now we can start adding our variations. So with this one, with the vertical one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a main flower. So this will be the main logo for the flower. Oh, just want to delete the text here. All right. Artboard is acting up. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I should have just did this before, but you know what? It don't matter. It's all the same. Because normally you would put the space in there before you start. Can you do it after? I think you can, but I'm not sure. I normally do all this when I'm setting up. But again, guys, I haven't worked on this file in probably 3-4 months. Probably longer than that. And so now they're finalizing and we're trying to get all that back together. I'm not going to worry about it. Save that for another video. But for this one, we'll go right there. Give me my new artboard. I need my flower. The money and the power. Dig what I'm saying? Alright, let's see. So we're gonna make this one, since it's 4, we'll make this 3.5. And again, guys, it doesn't matter. It literally don't matter. I just do this because I can. Actually, I'm gonna, because what I do too is give my client JPEGs just in case they want to upload it to their social medias. So, but we'll work on that last, and I'll show you why. It's a reason for that. So we got the flower. Let's see. This will be the text. So how big did I make that? 1, 3. All right. So we got that. Again, you want to save periodically so that you don't lose your work. Let me see. What do I want to do now? Let's see. Actually, with this artboard, one thing I could do is this. Get rid of some of that bulkiness. Nine times out of 10, he's not going to use the text by itself. But I like to give it to him anyway, because you never know what clients are going to do with it. So, you know, as it stands, the character of the logo is the magnolia flower, and then we have the text. So another thing that we want to do to finish up is our color variation. So what I tend to do is come back down. I like to keep everything neat too. So what I tend to do is, let me see how much room I have. Oh no, I got a lot of room. So, but sometimes when you run out of room on artboards, you know, just you can clean them up and make everything super neat. So half the battle is already done. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to do their one colors, which is, so sometimes, like, you know, when you go get a t-shirt design, they may charge you for every color that you get printed on the shirt. So a way around that is a lot of people just print their logo as one color and on one shirt. Not saying that this is the reason for this, but that's an example of why you would do that. Because again, I always try to be ahead of the client as far as what they're going to utilize the logo for. And so just be one step ahead. That way they have everything that they need moving forward. But if they don't, of course, they can always reach out and, you know, I take care of them as I need to. So turning this black, easy process, boom, is black. Done. Finito. So we'll say this is main black. And if you got a main black, you need a main white for contrast reasons. Now you can give them the color variations, which in this case I will, meaning I would give them the gold in here. So let me see, change that to white. And then you have gold. Grab that gold from the flower. Boom, there you go. So in this case, you know what I'm saying, I could break it down even further and get them like one color flowers, one color, all of that stuff. But honestly, I don't think it's really needed. You know what I'm saying? So right now, just looking them over, wondering if I should break the variations down even more and maybe give them a black flower or a white flower by itself. But honestly, I don't think he needs it. If it comes up to where they do need to utilize it, you know, they'll just reach out, and at that time, I'll just give them that. But for the most part, your clients are only going to be working on the color version. You know what I'm saying? Or the black and whites. That's been my experience. So yeah, gonna finalize, save everything down. What I do now is I tend to give my clients the JPEGs, PNGs, EPS files, and I give them PDFs. That way they have everything. So that's what we'll be doing now, saving everything down. We're already in TSA clients. So what I tend to do, logo, this is basically approved. We'll start with the EPS files, start breaking everything down. Let it load, let it do its thing. Voila. Then we'll do the PNGs. And remember I was talking about those JPEGs. So let me see. Let me do the PNG. Hold on. So the reason why I do the JPEGs the way I do, because you know, if you save a JPEG and it's white on a white background, what do you think that's going to look like? It's going to disappear. You're not going to see it because it's going to blend in. So what I do is I take it a step further and then I just save the contrast of that. That way, when they get the JPEG, they have everything. So that's why I finalized the PDF and the JPEG files last. So we've already done the EPS and the PNG files. So now what we do is, and I was talking about that white, right? So, and you could do this any color variation. What I like to do, I like to just keep it simple. I'm gonna just give you black and white. Oh, can't do all that. It's all about the details, guys. We're not done yet. Thought I had cleaned all these anchors out, and normally I don't have to do this, but this is good for video purposes, so I'm glad this is happening right now. Because normally this wouldn't be a thing. But since it is, we're gonna make a moment out of it. So let me lock that. And guys, you can't be lazy. So if you're gonna do it for one, guess what? You got to do it for everything. See, now they're standing out like a sore thumb. The anchors that shouldn't be in there. See if it's any more. Nope. Just when I thought I was done too. Alright, we just keep it moving. Oh, I think I know why, because them points were so close. It's probably hard to tell. That's what it's looking like anyway. But either way, we're getting the work done. We're not complaining about it. We're just getting it done. Your clients will appreciate it, trust me. And I've been doing this so long, like I don't even have to question myself. I already know I'm getting everything that I should. So. Let's see. All we're doing is just getting rid of them anchors that shouldn't be in there. Not for nothing, nobody would notice. The client wouldn't even notice. But when you're a designer and you're a perfectionist like me, it's going to bother you. I might not even sleep tonight if I don't get rid of them 2 little anchors right there. These 6 little anchors right there. You know what I'm saying? Being honest with y'all, man. OCD is real. Alright, man. We good. So, alright, we back to finalizing. That's the thing about it. Once you finalize, you got to redo it if you mess up anything. So we're just going to resave the EPS files. Hold on. We do one thing. Got to take out the black. And resave one more time. Break it down, build it back up. Break it down, build it back up. Alright, so EPS is saved. Now we're going to resave the PNGs. And then let's see. So we should be good there. Going to bring the black back. You know what? Just because I'm curious. And on me. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna stick to my guns. See, that mistake cost me a resave. Got to resave. Good news is on 2 seconds. So we say the JPEG, now let's say the PDF. Wait, did I put my, I think I did. Did I? No, because I haven't saved the JPEG yet. Okay. Okay. Getting it in order. Getting it in order. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. EPS, okay. All right. My JPEG folder had moved on me. Now we're good to go. Got my JPEGs. all the markers out the way. Let me see. Okay, so last thing to do is do our PDF. I'm just gonna open up. We're gonna check them out one last time, but we send out to the client, and that's gonna be that. Oh yeah, we looking real good. We looking like something. We looking like something. All right, everything looks good. So the last step, I know I said that was going to be the last step, but the final step is not actually the JPEGs, it's actually the PNGs. So you know how we say the PNGs? Well, the problem with that is when you put them on an artboard, you know, I don't like the extra space because it's a transparent file. I don't necessarily care for that extra space. So I tend to get rid of that space just so the client doesn't have to, you know, worry about how to position it and stuff like that. It will be shrunk down to the exact specs that it is. So in order to do that, we go back into our PNGs. Let me go back into that. But instead of opening it up in Illustrator, we open up in Photoshop. Take a second. Once that loads, we'll be good to go. I want to get my artwork on one of the Adobe software like screens. Like anybody from Adobe, man, come holler at me, man. I got some art for you, for real. Come see me. Okay. There's a few files, so it took a little minute. All right, so once that opens, what I tend to do, start trimming away. Guys, I want to thank you for, you know, watching this video and coming along this journey with me today to finalize the logos. We are officially done. Magnolia Hill Estates is officially ready to be duplicated, printed, digitized, whatever you want to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, yeah, she's ready to go. But, man, thank you guys for coming along. Like I said, if you like the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, man, till next time, on D Swink on behalf of the Swink Agency, peace.
D Swink Graphics.
If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, check out the website at theswinkagency.com. See you next time.
Visit us online at theswinkagency.com.